Hi guys, welcome back to another Discover ASEA. My name is Alissa, I'm here from Australia, and we have some amazing speakers with us today who are going to teach us about this amazing health technology and how it's going to help change your life in more ways than you realize. Help your health, can also help your mental clarity, and can also help your financial situation. So we're very lucky today to have Stevie Aquilina here. He's going to present to us what this technology is and how it can help with us. I love his presentation because this technology can be quite technical. You know, there's lots of, if you're not a chemist or a biochemist, it can be tricky. But Stevie's presentation is really clear and it will definitely inspire you to change your life. So thank you, Stevie, for being here. I love how you lead. You're an amazing global leader. You're such a great person. I've learned from you all the time. So thank you for being here and sharing your time with us.
Thank you very, very much. You're looking really well today. You're glowing, even more so than last time. You've been.
I didn't put chili on my face today, so that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, you were glowing before and now just natural glow. So that's great. Thank you very much for having me here and for looking after me. And I'm very, very honored to be able to work alongside of you because you are, you know, an exceptional health practitioner and you know, an entrepreneur, because you're not just running one health practice, you have a number of them and building a number of them even more so, and some of your grandest ones yet. But, you know, you're also just a great girl and a great friend. And I'm really honored to be able to work alongside of you for quite a few reasons and love how you're not just looking after your own people, you look after anybody that comes your way, not just in this country, but around the world. And so thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah. And thank you.
I'll introduce the great Dan Doyle later if you like.
Oh, are you going to do that now?
No, keep going. We'll introduce him when he comes on.
Okay. All right. I just thought I might have been too much of an eager beaver. But I appreciate everyone for being here. And I'm going to jump into my presentation. But do stick around because Alissa has someone very, very, very special to introduce at the end. I won't take too long. I don't want to waste your time. It's incredibly valuable. And I thank you for spending it with me because I can't refund it to you. And so I do very, very much appreciate your time. I hope you're happy. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're secure. And I hope this information will help you in at least some small measure, some small way. So as Alissa mentioned, my name is Stevie Aquilina and my family and I, we live in Australia, as you can probably tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent. Originally, we are from Sydney, but now we live on the beautiful Gold Coast. And that was a dream come true when we could make that happen. We're very fortunate. We're minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We absolutely love it. I'm very, very blessed in my life. And we're also blessed that I've got time and freedom that allows me to enjoy a very good lifestyle with my family. That has also taken us to many parts of the world that were once way too far out of our reach, but good vibes and good times, not always. I was a difficult child to parent and school. I don't envy my teachers. I never made the grades and I was often told I was stupid and useless. And often when you're told something often enough, especially I guess when you're young and impressionable enough, you usually start to believe it. I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout, so I didn't have a very good start. And with that type of thinking, I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. Okay, I'm kidding about the good looking part, but probably not about the dumb part. But really, I wanted to be more, do more, have more. Ultimately, actually, I wanted to give more. I really did. I had big dreams, but little self-esteem. Physically, I've always, still to today, been athletic, mainly in martial arts. But back then, I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions most of my life, and bad injuries, lots of them along the way, pretty hardcore martial arts. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs, hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. Phone, electricity, gas, you name it, cut off. Not able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. I've been evicted, not able to pay the rent. I mean, no financial dignity. I always believed in possibilities, but doubted my potential. And so that left me trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, and frustrated because I just wasn't able to be who I wanted to be. Now, it wasn't all bad. A couple of things started to turn around in my life. One of those things was I met the girl of my dreams. And right then and there, more than ever before, I was motivated to become more. And she believed in me and always told me that I was more. And I guess when you're told something often enough, right? And then another very fortunate thing that happened to me, I was introduced to this company and it's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, life-changing training. And the company leaders are extremely successful people. Please stick around because you're going to hear from one of those when I've done my bit. And they believed in me too. And more so taught me how to believe and become more. So today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I solve them, not just for me, but for others because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, I now have more than I had before. And with the ability to believe and become more, because this company's training has shown me a life-changing better way. Now I want nothing more truly than to better people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. And so first, what I'm going to share with you is the breakthrough that I mentioned. It's the most significant health science breakthrough of our lifetime. Medical experts say this. It's a very, very big breakthrough according to them, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. For 2 decades, science had declared this was impossible. And yet this breakthrough has enormous potential according to scientific researchers. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down. Shut down. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about, because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking and a category-creating healthcare breakthrough. Alissa Redox cell signaling technology contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they are native to your body. That means they're in your body. Your body makes them. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and therefore your cellular and cell-to-cell operation, and all the way down to your genetic expression in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this all so important? Because we are all made all of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life. Redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. And what I mean by that, they are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, whether it be biochemical or physiological, they all critically depend on redox signaling. And you can underline critically here, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next, how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and lots of other environmental assaults, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. And so therefore, without as many redox signaling molecules giving these clear cell signals, instructions for proper operation and cellular protection, our healing process slows down. Our cells break down more and more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA Redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA Redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. Now, ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide will already be out of date, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. So according to medical researchers, as reported in this Huffington Post article, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA is already light years ahead. ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual, play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Now, moreover, the ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study saying one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Excuse me. That is significant because all degenerative health concerns are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. Remember, they're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and or healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish to look, live, and feel young again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, or if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you don't need to take just my word for it. Here are some medical doctors. Let's listen to what they have to say now.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28 Redox gel and our intensive Redox serum. These Redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser, and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA Redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, irritations, inflammations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being rejuvenated, being replenished, being renewed. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, this is Rosie. The dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because Rosie did not take those pictures. Rosie actually believed that the products were not working on top of all of that. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products did not work, the doctor showed her these pictures, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. Naturally, it makes sense. But Rosie missed those changes, and you might too by not taking pictures. So please take pictures, because that's how you see how it goes. And for anything that you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Before your ASEA arrives, make a list of everything about your health. Could be energy, stress, sleep, digestion, mental focus, muscle and joint comfort, endurance, workout recovery, any specific health concerns, challenges, or goals that you have. Write it all down. And on each item, give it a score from 1 to 10, 10 being very good. And do this again after your 7th day, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and so on of being on the products. Now, some people notice results fairly early on, like Rosie, in 7 weeks, others in 7 days. Most people can have an experience in around 7 minutes. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. What we know scientifically is that redox molecules are redox molecules. They're the same everywhere, in you, in me, in animals, in plants, in bottles of ASEA redox products. Studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? But Renew 28 is not just for the face, as you can see here: arms, hands, bellies, buttocks, thighs, and all over really. These pictures here actually are from a study by a world-leading laboratory. This study was done because there were many stories coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while using Renew 28. And so scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see, was there any truth to these stories? What they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover why this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, supporting surface skin cell renewal, not only for visibly younger looking skin, healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure. And Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most discomfort. Apply Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing that I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. With every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And that has created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for 2 very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one person, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, who's a medical and atomic physicist, no one other than he has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, ASEA cannot be copied because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and know how to reverse engineer it, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. And so it can't be copied. It's virtually impossible. That means we have no copycats, and that means no competition. No one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And no other products can do what ASEA does. None of them. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because Redox works on everybody. Everybody needs Redox because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without Redox. And Redox can't hurt anybody. No other product can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, or CBD oil, or whatever. And so therefore, ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a Redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. So for people who are looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or maybe legacy leaving income, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions. To be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality, ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. You receive a residual income not only from the first, but also all of the repeated purchases made by all the people you refer to ASEA. And because you can refer as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited. On top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide these referrals can go. Just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty products, health products, whatever, people tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. Nothing else beats it. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide very quickly, very easily. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. So residual income is very impressive, but more so, it's very important. You have residual bills. Why not residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only 1 is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive. At 65, still working not because they want to, but because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. That's scary. What is going wrong? What is one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% did not? It's this: how to make money that is no longer dependent on their paid by the hour, selling time for money, labor intensive or own activity job, otherwise called active income. Listen, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. And therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. And this may even be more concerning if you're thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. This is one of the big problems 81% of people get trapped in. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. In other words, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until, unfortunately, you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a great place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You're blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for those of us who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances and their freedom, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money they have, or perhaps how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life for themselves and for others, maybe too. ASEA is a significant opportunity to be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's really what you get to do with ASEA. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make great money here, that's for sure. Don't get me wrong. You can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. And let me tell you, have a really great time meeting the greatest people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others that is really one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. And it was demonstrated here. Because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down, and they wanted everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son Tyler Norden, had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they couldn't, in good conscience, sell out. And so that's why they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. For Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. One of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make. That is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. The ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous household name companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, and to be a force for good in the world. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers easily, as there's plenty of university studies. But most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So let me ask you, do you want to be happier and healthier? Probably yes. Do you want to live younger, longer? Of course, right? Of course. You may just want to become an ASEA customer. Or do you have dreams and desires? Do you want to be, do, have, and able to give more? Do you want to help people be happier and healthier? Do you want a better life, income, lifestyle for you and your loved ones? Do you want to increase the prosperity of the planet? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Become part of this Redox reality, and you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways. Thank you very, very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thank you very much, Alissa, for having me here and looking after me, and looking forward to you introducing our very special guest. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Stevie. Amazing presentation. And what a great job, considering you've hardly had any sleep. I think you did a marvelous job. Thanks, Stevie, so much for what you do and what you give to us. And I'm hoping that today people learned a little bit more about what a redox signaling molecule is. But we have an amazing speaker coming up, Dan Doyle. Thank you for popping on. For those that don't know Dan, he is a global leader. He's on the advisory council, and it is as he has done all of this work single-handedly, has literally changed thousands and thousands of lives. I think we're going to get up to the hundreds of thousands pretty soon, Dan, with the way you're going.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take long with what this product can do for people. I just love the fact that it works. Scientifically impossible not to work. We don't have to hope and pray that's going to work for somebody. Like we sincerely want to help somebody, we've got something pretty special. So it's great.
It's amazing, yeah, and I love that confidence.
Yeah, it's great we've got all these people on this, but before I go into my story, you don't know what you don't know. Hey.
That's right. You don't know what you don't know.
And I remember back in the day that you were my friend, but as far as I was concerned, you didn't become my friend again until you listened to me about this, and you had the product with you for a very long time before you made a decision to do something with it. Tell us a little bit about that experience and then your own personal story, if you don't mind. So I'd love to hear your own testimonial as well.
So,
a little bit about your background too, so people know what you do, because I mean, you're an incredible health practitioner, as Stevie said, looking after, as we say here in Hawaii, Kiki. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, Dan. Every time this story comes up, you know, I've got to be careful not to do this shame on myself story, you know, that you make up in your head, but I've certainly become a lot more humble and a lot more open, but definitely, being a health practitioner myself, we can be quite stubborn, plus add on top of it my stubborn personality. So, you know, you get lots of people coming up and saying, oh, you know, this works and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I've been following you, had an eye down with your story, you know, and your health challenges and what's been happening, which we'll hear from soon. And when Dan told me, you know, what had happened and I could see, you know, what had happened for you, I still was very skeptical and went, well, that's good. It worked for you. You know, it doesn't mean it's going to work for all my patients. So I certainly was quite stubborn for 4 years, but through my own research on PubMed and learning a little bit how I can help my patients. So we work specifically with pediatrics. We have multidisciplinary teams with everything from nutritionists through to psychologists and all the works in between. And we're always trying to be the best we can, I guess. And, you know, what other research, and we're noticing that our interventions weren't being as successful as they were 10 years ago, and kind of scratching my brain as to why. And throughout the research on PubMed, Redox signaling molecules kept coming up. And I was like, this sounds familiar. So sure enough, Googled it, went to Google, don't ever do that, and found the blue bottle and realized that that's what had been in my cupboard for 4 years. So, you know, I guess people listening in my story is, if you're skeptical about it, please do your medical research. And sometimes it's even really hard to explain because it is quite technological, I guess, and you've got to, you know, to really understand the intricate details, you might need a degree in biochem, but certainly if you can trial it, you know, you will see the results, you know. And we know, as I was saying to Dan before, what I love is the confidence. You know, I don't have to say, look, this may work. Like, I know this is going to help people's bodies to heal because that's how we're made. You know, it's what we make. It's how we heal naturally. So thanks, Dan, for putting up with me being stubborn and being persistent, because I certainly love having the confidence to add this to our treatment plans, to my family and friends, and yeah, to really help people with it. So I don't know where I'd be without Redox in my life, honestly. I have no idea how I coped without it.
No, I'd love to ask you, you know, I'll go through my story, but how you've also integrated it into your practice and the opportunity that you can see as far as the ASEA business as well. So I'd love to have a chat to you about that. But just if you can probably I mean, you had a personal story too. I mean, you know, you got the belief from the product working on yourself. How did you go with that? What was your experience?
Yeah, so I thought once I'd done my research, you know, again, with skepticism, well, I may as well trial it on myself. And I Googled, can I drink out of date Redox? Because it had sat there for so long. And yes, you can. It just doesn't have as many molecules in it. So look, for me, you know, I'd been extremely stressed, you know, running multiple companies. My health had declined, verging on an autoimmune condition popping up, all sorts of symptoms, you know, that comes with too much stress in your life for lots of reasons. And yeah, being able to see the difference literally within 4 weeks for me. You know, I tried everything, you know, everything organic, everything natural, everything. Then I got to the point that I was saying to my doctors, just give me the drugs. I was trying everything to be healthy and to have the energy to do what I needed to do. So certainly changed my life, and then seeing the profound effect that it had for me, yeah, I've never turned back. So here we are.
Great to see you here, fit, healthy, and a believer.
Absolutely.
Well,
do you want to share with us your story, Dan?
Yeah, let's do it, and then I'll come back to you and we'll have another chat. Alrighty, so I'm just going to share my.
Oops, you're muted.
Just bear with me. I'll just share my screen, and Alissa, if you can just let me know if you can hear me and see this when I share. Is that coming up?
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh, gone again.
Might be. How's that?
No, can't see anything on the screen other than.
Let me try again. Let me try again. Share.
That's it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for staying on the call, guys. I mean, a little bit of a different order we're doing things in today. Stevie had to take off, spend some time with family. He has been up since 1:30 a.m. this morning on an incredible event. We just tell our stories, and that's all we do. I know he spoke about the product, the opportunity. I mean, there's many reasons why people look at ASEA, why they look at these products, why they look at this technology, why they look at this breakthrough. So just to reiterate again, just have a think about it. How is your health? How is the health of your loved ones? Do you like the way that you look as you're aging? Do you like the way that you feel as you're aging? I'm sure you guys understand the concept of maintenance, looking after yourself, eating, you know, good and exercising. I mean, it's all very important. We need to take the responsibility of our health into our hands, something that I'd highly recommend with my experience and what you're going to hear from my story. And then obviously there's this amazing opportunity behind this breakthrough. So ASEA can do so much for so many. We have a solution to anybody's problems. And the majority of people's problems are these days is their health. They're concerned about what's going on around the world and how everything's affected them financially. I mean, we didn't need a problem to be affected financially, but obviously that's what the pandemic has done as well. It's really hurt a lot of people. A lot of people lost their jobs. So just to reiterate before I go into my story, and as I said, we don't sell anything. We don't sell, we tell, we share our stories. That these products, this technology is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But we do have something absolutely phenomenal. This breakthrough, this technology, these products, these amazing little molecules that signal the body to heal itself. So the reason why people get sick in the first place and their bodies break down, their own production of redox, unfortunately, didn't get to the damage in the first place. When a symptom produces, which takes 5, 10, 15, 20 years, unfortunately, they're not producing enough redox to get their health back. So let me go through my story, and I can tell you that 6 years ago was a totally different time in my life. And then, you know, the rest is history. But I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back many, many years. I grew up in Sydney. My wife, Susie, and I are now based here in Honolulu in Hawaii. Absolutely loving it here, meeting some absolutely remarkable people, beautiful people. And but one thing that I didn't know, I didn't really believe when I got here is, you know, it's such a beautiful place with clean air and beautiful nature. And I'm thinking, you know, all fresh fruit and vegetables and food, but there's so many sick people here, which is really, really sad. Unfortunately, people do eat the wrong thing. They eat the wrong thing everywhere, but more than half the adult population here in Hawaii has sugar problems, and that leads to many, many, many other issues. So I grew up in Sydney in Australia playing many, many sports. I did rugby, judo, gymnastics, aerobics, surfing, and this thing called bodybuilding. This is a picture of me when I was 24 years old. I can tell you it's not photoshopped. This is actually me. For the ladies on this call, don't get too excited. I don't look like this anymore. So this is like 30 years ago. This is when I was a young entrepreneur in the health and fitness industry, had many different businesses in the industry, and I was a personal trainer. Fast forward 20 years, building 20 traditional businesses, employing 3,500 people over that period of time. From the age 24 to 44, not a bodybuilder anymore, but I still used to keep fit and healthy. In my 40s, nothing changed all my life. I did the right thing by my body, did the best thing that I could do. Unfortunately, through this period in all these businesses, I was flipping properties. And while doing that, I used this terrible, horrendous weed killer called Roundup from Monsanto. And 6 months later, in 2011, the doctors gave me some really bad news. And this is a picture of me on the right-hand side, 6 months after that last photo, where I was going through 2.5 years of things in hospital, which I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I didn't want to live. It was the worst thing I've ever gone through in my entire life. Lost all my hair, fluctuated horrendously in weight. This is a very fake smile. It was the start of the worst time of my life. This is a friend of mine standing next to me, already been through all those hospital visits. Johnny was 21 in this photo, played the highest levels of rugby. He was in remission from what we would consider or call the good one, whereas I had 2 of the bad ones. After this photo was taken, Johnny went back into hospital because his problem came back. He started losing all his hair. He lost a lot of weight. Unfortunately, he never came out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. So at the end of my 2.5 years, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. Big shock to me. I was very angry, thinking I was going to be okay. I was in the hands of doctors that were looking after me, and that's all I knew. And I just happened to assume that everything was going to be okay. That wasn't the case. When my doctors told me to get my affairs in order, I took the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. I did some research. I went onto an alkaline diet, and I also spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water, all of these things that I thought would help my body, empower my body to heal itself, to take it in the right direction. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. This is me looking after myself for 2 years. So my blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. And this is 2014. A friend of mine reached out and he said, I think I've found something that can help. Long story short, I got on a plane from Sydney. I flew to Salt Lake City, Utah. I met my friend Bart Cotter in the headquarters of the company called Alissa, which you've heard about through Stevie's presentation. And I started on the Alissa Redox cell signaling supplement. In 3 hours, my body was expelling things from it so quick, couldn't wait till I went to the restroom. Everything was coming out of my skin, just little red spots all over my upper torso, which wasn't annoying me, but I was detoxing. The next morning I got up and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to test this stuff that I was drinking the night before and the morning before breakfast. And for 20 years, I've had a caffeine intolerance. That caffeine intolerance, any more than 2 coffees, I was literally buckled over with discomfort and bloating all day. But the next day I had 6 coffees with no issues. There was nothing to remind me of what I endured for a whole 20 years. The light bulb went on when the next day I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital, where I was having trouble breathing and talking at the same time. My lungs were functioning perfect. I went back to Australia. Obviously, I kept drinking this stuff in this little blue bottle. And 12 months later, the doctors gave me some good news and told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. And this is a photo of me on that day. Not only that, though, the thing that really blew my mind, multiple injuries from playing sports, whiplash injury, 80% use of one shoulder, 80% use of one hand, back problems, hip problems, pelvic problems, all these issues from playing years and years of sports all had gone away, they disappeared. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, and a whole list of other issues. My body was rebuilt top to bottom in 2015. So this is December 2015. We're 5 years on, just had some checkups again, just off my own back, and everything came up absolutely perfect. Fast forward another 2 years, 3 years on the product. This is a picture of me in 2017. So let's go back to 2014 when I never had my health, looking pretty ghastly. What you're seeing on the outside is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. 1 year on the product, the same. Looking better, feeling better. It's a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. And in 2017, 3 years on the product, as I say, my complexion is a reflection, or was a reflection back then, of what was happening on the inside at that time. So that was my my journey back to health, back to looking younger and feeling younger. I never believed in the business model that I'm involved in, network marketing, and I can tell you that's because I stayed naive to the fact of what it was, because I thought that traditional business was the only way to build wealth. If it wasn't for the business model, I wouldn't be here. It was the business model that saved my life literally, physically, and obviously financially in so many different ways. If it wasn't for the ability to share this with others and receive those thank you checks, I wouldn't have had the money to invest back into my own health, because 6 years ago, we were doing it real tough, living in a van, almost going to the Salvation Army for food stamps. Things were really, really tough at that time. So it saved us in so many different ways. I mean, we're in Hawaii. I mean, what more can I ask for? We purchased a property here a few months ago, living the dream. We can be where we want, when we want. And, you know, life is just amazing on a physical level with my health and my wife, Suzanne, and also financially. This is the most compelling business opportunity that I've seen in my life. It's something that I can truly leave a legacy by, leave generational wealth to my family. And, you know, it's a vehicle, guys. It's a vehicle called ASEA. It can take someone back to their health. It can take somebody to where they want to go financially. To Alissa about what her experiences is, what she thinks, just in regards to the business and where this, you know, can potentially take her, but anybody at all. But if you're here just looking at this for your health, don't hesitate to get back to the person who introduced you to this call, and they can arrange a wholesale account. Buy it directly from the company. Don't go to eBay or Amazon, because there's rogue sellers on there that could be selling you product that might have been left in the sun, could have been tampered with, could be counterfeit. A whole array of reasons not to buy from those platforms. No money back guarantee. There's loyalty points with the company buying direct. And as I said, the person who introduced you here can help you open up a wholesale account. Just in regards to the business, as I said, we're just going to finish off talking about the business. And I said, I'm going to bring Alissa in to have a chat about her experience and where she thinks this can take her and anybody else. But same thing, go back to the person who introduced you, and they can help you to get things moving on that level as well. So Alissa, what have you've been involved for a few years now. What have you seen as far as, you know, I suppose you're taking it back into your traditional business. So if you can just touch on how you're integrating that into your traditional business. And this has got nothing to do with ASEA. I just want to say that I had some Italian doctors on a call a couple of days ago, and it was amazing to hear that they're actually moving into integrated oncology. And what that is actually bringing supplementation in through doctors and working with what they know and what they do. And that's going to be covered by their healthcare over there in Italy, which is just amazing then coming in at that angle. Definitely needed. So integrating that into your practice, and also what you've seen with ASEA, what you think, where this is going to take you as far as the business opportunity, and how you can see this as far as moving forward in the vision, and where this can take anyone.
I can't stop smiling, Dan, because I'm so excited. I think, you know, what you're saying too about, you know, what's happening with the health industry at the moment, we really do have to be integrated, you know, that I think gone are the days where, you know, we go to this specialist for this condition and this specialist for this condition, because we're a whole person, you know, everything affects everything. And so we do have an integrated practice. And I guess through the research, we know that every single symptom, every single issue or problem, and I'm talking everything, like I'm talking anxiety, mental health conditions, sensory processing disorders, attention issues, like every single symptom that's not acting or not serving you to function well, when you really dig down to the cause, it's because your cells are not healthy. End of story. You know, and if we can really work on getting our cells healthy, and they need two things, they do need our nutrition and they do need communication, which is redox. By being able to actually drill right down to the cause and actually work on making sure your cells are healthy, then the treatments and methodologies we use actually have a chance to work. And the good thing I love is I actually can discharge people from my clinic, you know. And a lot of people go, why do you want to do that? It's like, because there's enough sick people. We want them to be well. So I guess, you know, from a health practitioner's point, you know, for me, it's just, I don't know how I operated without being able to address the cause of the problems. You know, we can do symptom treatment till the cows come home, but is that really going to help people and help children to be the best they can be and to function like they need to be? So I certainly am glad that we can integrate it in, and we've got an option that we can present to our patients. We certainly treat them however they like. You know, we're very family centered, so it's just another tool that our families and clients are allowed to have access to. But to be able to provide that to clients is really reassuring for me as a practitioner.
Yeah, and it's great that, you know, you've got the opportunity, this platform, this business model where you can build something else parallel, an insurance policy.
Yes.
These doctors are getting involved around the world that are from alternative functional medicine that have come to me because they know that this works for their patients. They've tried it, it's been tested, they see the results, but their actual traditional business is suffering because of what's happening with the pandemic. So now they're just going to concentrate on building their ASEA business, and they know the impact that this product is going to have and has had on every single individual. So it's great that you've got the opportunity, you can do that as well.
Oh, and even from a personal point, like, you know, a lot of people think, oh, you're a health practitioner, you're a multimillionaire. You know, traditional business is hard, particularly, you know, with what we've been going through this year. I mean, we're lucky as a clinic, we've been able to, you know, take things online, but lots of other health practitioners with their treatments, you can't. And so, you know, for me to be able to go outside of my clinic and help my family and friends and to share it with other people, for me to know that I've got an external income source coming in, and I use that to fund my clinic or my holidays or whatever, my supplements, because they cost a fortune, and even to be able to supplement my own redox consumption, you know. So I just love that it's no limit. I can drink a bottle a day if I need to, if I'm having a busy day. So I think, you know, definitely having that reassurance. And again, you know, I just think the word confidence just keeps coming to me, you know, confidence in my health, confidence in my finances. You know, it doesn't faze me what's happening in the world right now because I know I'm okay, you know. And then I can go around and help other people as well, which is even better, you know. So does that answer your question?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, we're not scared of helping people with these thank you checks and people earning money, because that's a direct reflection, result, and byproduct of getting this product into people's hands. So it all goes hand in hand. We're past the top of the hour. Thank you. You're an incredible leader in our business, and you know, we jump on this every single week, and look forward to catching you again in a week's time. And I'll get you to wrap up. We do have a call just for everybody, just to let everybody know I talk in hours because literally we're dealing with time zones all around the world. So in, let me do some sums, 16 hours time, 16 hours time, you can jump on this platform again. Stevie won't be on the call. He's tied up with what he's doing with a huge event that he's involved with. But I will be telling my story raw and going through the breakthrough, how these molecules work, and doing what we call an expert in the house, just a shorter version of what we've done here today. So thank you.
Thank you, Dan, so much for coming. Your inspiration, your hard work ethic, you know, I know that you are definitely leaving a legacy here, and already you've changed hundreds and hundreds of lives, thousands of lives, and can't wait till we get up to the millions, hey? Thank you for your leadership and your amazing, extraordinary way of being with people and being with us who are stubborn and sticking with us. So thank you so much for everything you do. And thank you guys for being here. If you've got any questions, please go back to the person that came to you and brought you along to have a look at the webinar. And I hope you go away feeling inspired, that you can also have confidence with what's happening in the world, confidence with your health, and actually have an opportunity of hope. So that's what Redox is all about. So all the best, and we'll see you same channel, same time next week. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Thought that might happen. That's all right. I thought it might happen too. Did you hear me on the call? I'm like, Dan just asked me a question, right? Just rang the doorbell. That's all right. Just turn up. Just turn up. Yeah. Yeah. Come in. Oh. Thanks, girl.
Okay.
Sorry.
We knew what you were doing. I'm just going to keep it close, okay?
I'm halfway through everything. All right. We'll put some music on.
Sure.